Hello once again to my fellow HO and 132nd scale slot car fans. This is Mark Natividad over at West Coast Slot Cars in Los Angeles, California, with another exciting video and a crazy contraption to show you. And wow, a lot has been going on since I did my last video. And if you subscribe to my channel, you would probably know that I've been hanging out at Electric Dreams in El Segundo, California, at their 132nd scale slot car track. And you know, it's winter here in California. It's not snowing, but due to COVID, there's been an extreme drop off of HO racing and not really a lot of people interested in this particular area in West Los Angeles where I live. So I've been venturing over there and I met a great group of guys and they seem to be very regular there. And lo and behold, I got myself in a race on December 11th. It was the Christmas Enduro race. And I had such a blast. And I was fortunate to meet a lot of great slot car racers and get a lot of knowledge and just so much from just a great group of guys. One in particular, Mr. Jim Rose, who is from NorCal Slot Car Scene is his YouTube channel. So go ahead and shoot over there if you want to look at some great videos. He's got a lot of content on the 32nd scale cars, and he's got some HO content as well. So we're all a community here and we all like to share info. But a little bit of backstory before I get into this contraption. His cars were just amazing. The way they ran, the traction on his tires, and what I've come to find out is basically all about tire treatment. So Jim Rose, thank you. And I appreciate your knowledge and all the things that you have taught me. And this has inspired me to take it one more forward and produce a tire treatment jig. So that's what this video is about. And there's my contact information. And again, before I get started, I always like to say thank you to all of you who subscribe. Thank you for watching. Thank you for liking. And please keep those comments coming. And I promise to get back to you on your comments. All right, let's take out my contact information and let's get right to this weird contraption here. So I watched some of Jim's videos, and he's got a contraption. It's a tire jig, which it's pretty beefy. It's got 2x4s and everything. And I thought about that, and I thought about making something portable, lightweight, and compact, something I can take with me and use while I'm at the races or help my other friends season their tires. So basically, this is just a jig to help oil your tires. Now, a couple of things on the oil. If your club doesn't allow you to treat your tires or use oil, or if you use silicones, then you pretty much don't have to do any of this. But I'm telling you, if you want to get some amazing performance out of your just stock rubber tires, these are NSR tires here. I tried it on slotted tires, but so far the best results have been on the NSR tires, and these are the Super Grips. So based upon what fits your car, what size wheel you have, diameter and width, and the height of the tire, the treatment I believe is going to be the same. So let's go into the jig here and talk about this. And what I've done is basically built this weird contraption here. It looks like my science experiment from the fifth grade. However, I must say whatever works, right? So basically this is two slotted motor pods. And on one side of the motor pod, you have the motor, and there's a rubber band that I use for tension. And this is a standard motor pod out of a Group C. It's got the 9-tooth pinion. It's got the 28-tooth crown gear, the standard axle. These are 15-inch hubs on both sides. And on this side, it's what I call the non-motorized pod, which is, again, the same pod. I believe it's a 1 millimeter offset pod on each of these, just to keep it even. And then I use the spacers. These spacers in here are the slotted PA Paul Arthur 57, PA 57 from Slotted, and those are the light aluminum stoppers that they usually use for sidewinders, but it actually helps to retain the axle and the wheels, and you can actually create spacing so that when you are treating your tires, that both tires can roll against each other. So the last part of this is just the wild part. This is just a paper clip, and I took the paper clip and I bent it in a U just so that I can get them through both of the screws where you're putting the screws in for the motor pod to attach it to the chassis. So basically I bent the paper clips wide enough so that they kind of were centered in the hole. And this acts, there's two things that this is going to do, the paper clips. One, it acts as a nice stand so you can stand up your contraption, and it also keeps the apparatus from going side to side. So there you go. So there's that view, and there's kind of the side view so that you see that. So there you go. Pretty simple. I mean, it's amazing. So I've got that hooked up to a 4-volt power supply. It's actually an adjustable power supply, so it's 4 volts. So I'm going to go ahead and attach the wires, the clips, and I'm going to give it some power so you can see how it runs. There we go. All right. So that is at 4 volts. All right. It works pretty well. Again, I had some ideas. Some other guys gave me some ideas of putting some springs in the center to create a tensioner with a nut on there, so you can fasten the nut down and create more tension or less tension with 2 springs in the center. You can put a spacer in there, paper, a washer, just to create a little bit more space between the tires. Also depends on the size of the tires that you're using. So as for the treatment, go ahead and turn that off. I don't want it to distract you from the subject here. As for the treatment, I believe I used 3-in-1 oil for the first round. There we go, the old 3-in-1 standard household oil. And I just picked up some of this NSR 4605 rubber treatment. It's a special oil. So I'm going to try that. But however, these 2 pairs, we're treat it with the 3-in-1. So basically, what you're going to do is you're going to oil the tires, and just so that they can actually spin on each other and the oil can be massaged into the tire and create a very sticky tire. And I'm telling you, the difference in my lap times, I took my slotted 962C Porsche, I took it from a 7.677 lap time down to a 7.2 on a freshly treated set of tires. And it was amazing. That thing was just like it was on a rail. So basically, the way the treatment goes, I mean, I did this for 30 minutes just to see if it would hold up, and I also used a small power supply. I believe it was a 4.5 volt with those little 3 AAA batteries. So yeah, it was 4.5 volts. It held up for an hour or so, and then it eventually fizzled out. But I think the adjustable power supply will be just fine. All right, so we're going to basically turn that on, and to treat the tires, we're just going to put a drop of oil in there as it's spinning. Come on, drop of oil. There you go, and you're going to hear the RPMs change a little bit, and that's the oil getting worked in. So as for how long to go, the first time around, I think I went 1 hour. I came back, I checked the tires, and I do check frequently, so when the tires dry out or it slows down and it's drawing more amps, then I'm going to add a drop of oil. So basically, you're going to do this for at least 30 minutes, an hour. I mean, depending on the way you want your tires, I think the longer you do it, the better they get. So I did go for 2 hours on these particular sets of tires, and again, the proof's in the pudding. So basically, taking my car down from a 7.7, 7.6 to a 7.2, it was amazing. So you can step away and come back, and just make sure you have your oil ready. And when it dries out and you see the amps drop a little bit more, just add a drop of oil, step away. But this is a great alternative method. It's portable, it's lightweight, it's compact. It's something that I can take to the track. I can use it here. I can help my other buddies and help them season their tires while we're futzing around on the track. So nevertheless, necessity is the mother of all inventions. So I'm very pleased with the way this came out. I'm very happy with, so simple that it just works. So go ahead and build it, and any improvements that I make on this, I'll make sure that I get that in the next video. If I do make improvements, I have to go look for parts, so it's just a matter of finding the right parts and taking my time. But for right now, if it's not broken, then don't fix it, right? So that's it, and I am so curious to hear what your comments are about this. I'm curious to see, again, I got great results off of the first tire treatment. So I'm a big fan, and it's really amazing just how that little treatment can make such a big difference in your lap times. And it wasn't like 1/10 of a second, it was major, 5/10 of a second. So that's lap time when you're racing competitively. So nevertheless, hopefully that you guys can use this. It's something easy for you to do. Again, you'll need the 2 motor pods. You'll need the motor, your crown gear, your pinion gear on one side. You'll need 2 of your axles. Now you can also use NSR if you're doing NSR tires and hubs, and you'll need NSR axles, and you'll need different axle spacers for those. But again, this is the slotted setup. These are 15-inch wheels, slotted aluminum hubs, aluminum wheels, and then the spacers on that one side. The only thing that you'll need to get extra other than your other parts is the PA57, which is another slotted part. But all in all, it makes for a good jig, and I can carry it around with me, and it's portable and it works great. And that's it. So please let me know what you think. Please let me know what your comments are. I hope that it helps you. And I enjoy doing this. I enjoy trying to figure out new things in new ways. And this isn't the only way. This isn't the all in all. This is just one way. This is just one method. And again, Jim Rose, you have really inspired me to build this. And I mean, if it wasn't for you, I probably wouldn't have this video here either. So go ahead and zip over to his channel and subscribe to him, and give him some comments as well. And it's such a wonderful hobby, and I'm just happy to share this with everyone. So on that note, here is my contact information once again. And oops, there we go. You have to be able to see that. There we go. All right. So thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking. Please share with your other friends, and have fun slot car racing. That's what it's all about. Okay, so signing out for now. This is Mark Natividad over at West Coast Slot Cars in Los Angeles, California. And I hope you enjoyed this video. And goodbye for now, and happy racing.